I am Johnny Ray, and this is 5R Recovery. Another episode of For Addicts, From Addicts, real, raw, unedited, unprepared testimonies of people who have gone through the grips of addiction and have pulled themselves out on the other side. Today, my guest is... You notice there's not a guest with me today. I'm going to tell you what I started doing. I started asking people to send me a little bit of their testimonies, a little bit of their story to my email address at foraddictsfromaddicts@gmail.com. And I'm getting responses. Obviously, addiction is not just in Everett, Washington, where I live. It's across the nation. It's across the world. So wouldn't that be awesome if people from different states and different countries emailed me and shared their testimony with me? Gave me a little bit of their story so we could talk about it and discuss it and relate to it? Well, this gentleman did. He lives in, I believe it is Wilmington, Delaware. I'm so excited for this. This is amazing. So I get an email today from a guy named Bryan Kirstein. Check out his Instagram, by the way. Bryan Kirstein. I hope I'm not messing that last name up. Kerstein is his name, and I believe it's in Wilmington, Delaware. And after speaking to him, he agreed that I could share a little bit of this on one of my videos and talk about it a little bit. Isn't that an awesome way to get clean? Isn't that an awesome way to joining us in recovery? Is people all across the United States sharing their stories with each other, finding out the resources that they used to get clean, helping each other? That's what this is all about. I'm sorry, it just gets me jacked. I mean, I just absolutely think it's amazing. People are coming out of the woodwork. You know, we're not always so happy with our stories. Our stories sometimes suck. They're terrible. They hurt people, you know, and they hurt ourselves. And yet people are like, you know what? It's not about that. What it's about is that I'm clean now, and I want to help others. And Bryan is obviously one of those people. His story is heartfelt. Obviously, it's not the whole story. I'd love to get it someday. Maybe I'll be in Delaware. Who knows? Maybe 5R Recovery will take me to Delaware. I get to meet with this guy, and we get to share an evening of recovery and discussion and storytelling and all that good stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to read this. I better calm down. Okay, this is Bryan Kirstein. He starts like this. He says, "Hi. My story starts like most. I grew up in a normal household. Mom and dad are together, gave me everything I needed. As I got into middle school, something felt a little off, like I didn't fit in my own skin. Started smoking weed and drinking around 15, and then pills came into the picture about 16. I was in love." Love the way he says that. I was in love, as many of us are when we start finding that drug of choice. "Others might say they feel out of control on them. I felt in control. My world was now perfect. I could talk to the girls. I was friendlier. I loved every aspect of it. Eventually, the habit got too expensive, so I moved on to heroin. My life quickly got out of control. Started getting arrested, robbing people, my own family. When I was 19, I went to my first rehab. I knew I needed to stop, but did not understand my disease at all. I thought I could stop on my own power. I was wrong. The next 8 years were completely out of control. Rehab after rehab, jail, hospital stays. I finally hit my bottom when I had just left a 30-day rehab. And the very next day I used and I overdosed and was barely brought back to life. Wow. That was the day I truly realized I was powerless. I went to a program called the Lyman House in Wilmington, Delaware. Lyman, Lymen House in Wilmington, Delaware. There I truly learned about my disease and the spiritual program I needed to work to recover from alcoholism. The 12 steps saved my life. And in turn, I hope to help as many people as I can, for others and my own recovery." Unbelievable, Bryan. Absolute. We are all connected in recovery. We're connected. I don't know who this guy is. I mean, I've watched his Instagram. I've read his email. I've shared a little bit of his story, but I don't know this person. But I already got a sense of how his story is similar to mine, is similar to all addicts' stories. Started out at a young age. I love how he said I fell in love with it. When I first started using meth, I loved it. It made me faster, stronger, smarter, I thought. I thought it made me invincible. I could stay awake longer, I could eat less, and I could do more. It seems to me like he had found something that made him balance out. Like he had no control over it. He didn't want to do things on his own. He went out there and he found something that fit that empty gap in his life. He says that in his story. And then through all of this different things, rehabs, treatment, jails, crime, robbing our families, doing horrible things, he finally finds something that helps him out. He finally finds it. It finally clicks. It finally jogs his mind to go, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I'm completely powerless over this addiction. Unbelievable, Bryan. These stories are intriguing to me. I love recovery. It's amazing to see what people have got. We all have we're all unique. You know, we all have little things about us that are different. It's all the same. And when it comes to like, we found a drug, we're using it to fill a void. And before you know it, years and years of our lives have gone by, and terrible things have happened to our families and friends and ourselves. And we didn't know what to do about it. So we found a recovery program that best worked for us. We found things out there, the resources that are available, and we started getting clean. And the wonderful part about Bryan's story is he says it at the end. Now I just want to help others get clean, and I want to help stay clean. Bryan, bravo. If you want to share your testimony with me, email me at foraddictsfromaddicts@gmail.com. I will reach out to you immediately afterwards, and I'll ask for your permission to share it on a little video. I would love to someday come and meet Bryan. I'd love someday to come and meet all of you. Your story matters. Share it with me. Share it with us. Share it with the people that want to hear it, people that might need to hear it. Give it people an opportunity to see what you've gone through to get clean. I absolutely love this recovery thing. I'm Johnny Ray. This is 5 Hour Recovery. Thank you for listening. And Bryan, thank you for sharing.